Reiki started with Mikao Usui and only a few students were women. But since the time of Hawaii Takata, more women than men are present in the practice. And women also take the lead and example in organizations. Today we are talking with Eniko Simon. She's a Reiki Master in the traditional method, author of the book Reiki The Universe Loves You, trainer, coach, consultant, and the president of the Romanian Reiki Association, Reiki Usui Association, founded in 2006. Eniko, how did Reiki touch your life and why a Reiki association?
Thank you, João, for this conversation and invitation. And yes, this is a good question. First of all, Reiki find me in 95 because I have some health issues and I go through that phase of negation, then on angry, and I was in the state of inside in managing my depression, and Reiki find me in the and find everybody in the moment when we are prepared. So somehow, as also in Reiki kanjis, the blessing is coming, but we have that free recipients to receive. If we are full with anger and we are not prepared, it's the blessing don't have place where to come in. So I was down from emotional and mental point of view, and at that moment the Reiki found me. In 94, there was not Google. I have not no access to Reiki books, so I don't know at that moment that Reiki exists. So it comes to me, the universe arrange all the things that my brother meet our masters, our Reiki masters who comes from another country, because a Japanese massage teacher comes to Romania. So it was a lot of things who must be arranged around of me, that Reiki can find me and help me. That change in my life was so naturally, and I didn't observe in myself. I just find that after a few months, I'm healed. I have my health back. So things go on the natural way. I do not expect, I do not wait at that time to become a Reiki master. I just stay and translate all Reiki courses of my masters. I stay near him 6.5 years, and somehow naturally the group was formed, and from that group, 10 friends, we all are friends somehow, even we are touched by Reiki, decide to make an association. I recognize first, I thought, no, I don't want more work in my life, it's enough. I have a lot of things that take my time, but they somehow encourage me to take this step. And because I, I'm not a president now because um, I want to be a president, but I was the first who got in the connection with Reiki. And that's how I was somehow the leader of the founder groups, the founder group from the association. And this is the story how 10 Reiki teachers find an association. And when the organization was made, everybody thought, okay, now you should take care of this because you are the older and you know each of us. And I again said, oh no, I don't want this. I have enough in my life, but Reiki somehow arrange things. I don't know how it's working after 27 years, how it's doing the things, but always arrange things how it's better. So they decide to hold me and to keep a space for Reiki practice. And that's how the story started with the association, and that's how I become the president. After the organization was found, okay, we had elections, we had also men on the front of the organization, but somehow the this role from time to time come back to me, and I understand, okay, I have a job with this. I should take care of this role and to involve more from my time, from my energy, what I experience through Reiki in this organization and in what is Reiki.
So you are a living proof of Reiki. So
Yes, if Reiki was not in my life, if I don't meet Reiki, I will not be in life at this moment.
mhm.
So the doctors give me near 5 years to live, and I don't thought that Reiki is what healed me, but Reiki was what helped me to understand that my way of feeling, my way of thinking, my way of my life, it's on the direction where it's only destruction inside and outside. And this was the shift. And the Gokai, the five Reiki principles, that's make the magic.
Mhm.
That's the basic of the Reiki. So yes, for me Reiki is very it's a very profound inner experience. Sometimes I cannot explain it in words because it's so inner, it's so profound.
It's an inner experience, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
What a
And an
beautiful
inner
story.
change.
So, and how about this Reiki practices in Romania? And do you feel also that are more women than men, or are they even in the numbers?
It's depend. I observe in these years that I have groups with more men than women. And but if we speak about the time we offer for a non-profit organization or for a community, women are more open because this is their role. The man should go out and hunt and bring to home everything the family needed. So he don't need to give so much time and energy from his life to aware of a group, to help people, to give support. This is somehow the woman role. So that's why when we speak about volunteering or about how it's happening inside of a non-profit organization, yes, in these activities there are more women. So, but this is our role. If we understand this, this is okay. And Reiki is not for women or for men. It's something which has no dogma, as I understand Reiki at this moment. There's no dogma, but it's about our choices. How can we hold our life with Reiki, and how can we give support to our communities? And yes, this is the role of the woman. Also, from the ancient times, women stayed home with the children and take care of the community. So this is our job if we understand our role as women in this life. So that's why, yes, in caregiving, I'm a woman.
Okay. So, do you think that there is still some kind of chauvinism in the Reiki world? If so, how can we work around that? Because Romania is also a part of the Latin world. And in
Mhm.
Latin world, we still had a very strong presence of chauvinism, unfortunately. How do you feel it also in Romania?
Mhm. Mhm. Phew, it's interesting, Joe, that you put these questions because I never think about this regarding in Reiki. And yes, I need to ask you if under chauvinism you understand that there are ideologies which bring us to hit other people. This is what about you think?
Mhm.
Yes, and it's regarding the Latin people and who hates who. I,
Okay, so
or who should hate who? I don't know.
no, the term is about, I can tell you something about Portugal and this part of our Latin culture,
Mhm.
because here in Portugal, men always had the predominant role in society, and women were at home, like you said before.
Ah,
So even
mhm,
in companies, there is still always a kind of a politic of, okay, men are on top and women are
mhm,
not president. Of course,
mhm,
that fortunately that is changing a lot nowadays, and we are seeing parity, and we are seeing women taking charge of big roles and important places. But for instance, we have more women in my Reiki association, but I am the president and I'm a man. But the important of the chauvinist part here is the sense of somehow men diminish women. So, like saying,
mhm.
men will assume a most important role in something. And if you feel that in the Reiki world, or in Romania, for instance.
Okay, because I learned this word chauvinist between nations, so that's why I thought, okay, what what to understand here. Okay, you know, I don't say that it's a chauvinist. It's a culture. It's a culture which has roots and which has traditions in our livings. There are models which can be changed, but if we change everything and if we woman became aggressive, we became with this hate against the man and take the role and we want to rule and we want to take the power, the world will not go in a good direction. We need the energy of men. And yes, I have in board a man. I have in association a man because we need that energy. They hold the space for us, and we can give from our heart as women if we have strong men near us. If not, then we women feel some kind of insecurity, and we try to take the power, and we take the role of a man, and this is not this is not what we are. And we are, and here can start the war of the power, and this don't bring us somewhere, only to auto destruction. So this was my way before I meet Reiki. I thought in my mind that I should fight for everything in my life to uh, to be somewhere, and this was my way in which I developed myself. And always was in the position of fight and attack. And this brings me on that health problems in which I arrived in a moment in my life on which I attack myself. So, yes, somehow also we as women, it's difficult to find our place in this mankind world. But first, we should agree that we are women. First, we should agree what is our role. What is our role in our life, first of all. Second of all, what is our role in our family, in our small group. And third of all, what is our role in a community, as a Reiki association or not, in our community, what should we do? And if we approach a subject like I'm a woman, you are a man, there's difficult because the separation appear and each of the part wants the power. If we approach this, okay, we have some roles in this life and just see how I can fulfill better my role and how you as man can fulfill better your role in the life and what can we bring in a community as a Reiki association or inside a Reiki association, what can we bring respecting ourselves, then there is not this kind of chauvinism between man and woman. It's an acceptance, and we are always have this attention. Okay, how can I support you and myself? First of all, myself, and then you, to do better your role. So inside of the organization, this is not a question. We are okay. Uh, in Romania, as a culture, yes, this is present. But I think if we understand and we as women don't want to take the power from the man, we respect their role. We respect that they are more mental, and from the mental side, they can take decision more easy than us as women. And we let to understand ourselves as women and our emotions. We are emotionally beings. And if we accept and don't want to put in the back and want to show that, oh, I can do everything for myself, I don't need a man in my life, uh, there's a conflict. And there it's normal to appear this conflict, which is not really a chauvinist, it's conflict. It's because we do not accept our rules, our tradition, our culture, and we don't want to transform this culture and tradition in a harmonious way in which each part finds its role. We want to cut out from our life that tradition and we becomes as woman as a tree, the beautiful tree with flowers and big, 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 big. We want to we attend our evolution and we don't have roots. And the first wind which comes put us down. And then women are in depressions and they are unhappy. No, we should understand our traditional role, our why we chose in this life to have this role and to fulfill that and go on with that. Usually the people want to hide their negative emotions, bringing positive emotions. And this is, we put masks. And this don't help us to go inside and understand where we are in our life, what we want to do. And if I'm a woman, I should accept this role and not be on the fight always with everybody. Just to observe my emotions and learn to live with my emotions. So I I should take out this word of chauvinism and I should put here culture, tradition, and a more profound understanding and transformation of what is the culture and the tradition. And yes, we need men in our life and in our community. Without that, we are not in the good way as women.
And also, you gave two advices very important: acceptance and support. That is true. We should always look for acceptance and the understanding of supporting each other. That's really what builds a community. And how about, have you ever came across the thought of I'm a woman in front of organization?
Oh, because this comes naturally in my life, I never thought from this point of view to these things. I just say, okay, if the others want this, if Reiki brings me in this direction, I should do my best in this role. So I don't have these thoughts. And Reiki empower us, all of us, to go on in our path of the life. So I have no answer to this question. I don't think that I experienced this in this way. I just take it. I say, okay, if life like this and Reiki bring this, I should do it.
Yes.
Take it and do it. Yeah.
Very simple and very normal in life, accepting
Yeah.
what life brings us and fulfill it. So, do you think that's not only in Romania but also in the worldwide? Is there a different approach from women and men for the same problem, or does it just depends on the person and not the gender?
I think it's depends the person and first of all, where is that person in the travel in his own life or in her own life? Because yes, there are some traditions, are some cultures, there are some dogmas and institutions who want to bring us on a direction. But the way I feel, the way I understand, the way I live something, it's belong totally to me. And it depends the person and is in the travel in his or her life. And here also I would not like to judge because I believe that all of us are doing our best in each moment of life, even if we feel that moment that we have anger or we are disappointed or we are health issues. At that moment, it's that what can we do at the maximum level in our life. And if we understand and accept this, then we can work and we can change. If we do not accept this and we try to go in this separation and judge, it's difficult to resolve the problem. And yes, this approach and all approaches depend from us where we are in our life because maybe if you will take an interview with me after 10 years, maybe I will say other things. Because in 10 years, I go on some experiences in my life and maybe I have another understanding. But now, this is my understanding. And I cannot say more or less. I cannot do more or less. It's the way I understand now.
And that is very wise, great wisdom, really.
Yes.
So much. So, in which way do you feel that Reiki empowers women?
first of all, help us to express ourselves in harmony and help us to understand how is to be in harmony with our feelings, with our roles. And Reiki, as I say, empower everybody. This is the initiation. It's to remind that connection and to be in this flow of the information, energy, and matter in what you feel that you are in harmony with yourself and with the others. But as I told you, I was at the first part of my life, 40 years ago, I was on fight. And I was on fight, I don't know with who, but I thought that the life is a fight and I should fight for everything. To have a better life, to have a better relation, and I was in fight. This was my way to approach the life. And Reiki, and for this I am so grateful to Reiki because I don't know how did it with me, but helped me to understand, to be more with more acceptance, with more love, with more opening, with more intuition, with more creativity, with more care, first of all for me, and after that with others. And I have also some artistic activities, and with Reiki, I learned how to bring that force which was inside of me and which asked me to fight, to bring it into creativity and to be what I dream to be, but I cannot on the way of the fight. So I think all the women who could understand and could be more kind, and we can bring more love to ourselves first of all with Reiki, and help us to understand to not be in fight with outside and with inside. Just come back and accept and learn to go on with your emotions, with everything that's inside of you, and accept and empower yourself to not feel bad, to not judge you because you have some negative emotion. But with Reiki, we have this gokai, we have the hands-on, we have different Japanese exercises. Just work and just put the intention to be yourself and go on. Because I believe that when we come in this life, we take some abilities. And even if we don't like and want to hide some abilities, I don't have patience. I'm in fight. Okay, these are not just take to give us frustration in our lives. These potentials, these abilities, has some roles in our lives, and especially we as women, we don't need to fight. We need to accept that yes, we have disabilities. We should work with Reiki with this, and when we accept that we have this, calm down. So somehow we know that they are there. If we are in a position in which we should fight, we can do it, but we don't need so easy and so so more times to go in the fight because I'm okay, and this is the way how Reiki empowers first of all the women, because we can let us to feel insecure because Reiki hold us in his arms, and give that secure place where we can feel that I'm okay. My life is not in fight. We are okay, and there is harmony. So just let Reiki the women to and yes, because Reiki help us also at health levels. It balance our hormones. And for women, this is very important because we are like the moon. I speak with a man who attends psychology, and I asked him why you go that university, and he told me I want to understand the woman. And I told him, oh, I'm sorry, bad news. We cannot understand ourselves. You have no chance in this. You know, we are like the moon. We are different each day. That's it. We should accept this, and you men should accept this, that we women are like the moon. But this is a very big potential because we can go through transformation very quickly, like the moon. If today I'm like this, tomorrow I I can be more easier my better self than a man. A man is the sun, he's there. He's not changing. He go up, the sun, wake up, wake down. Yes. And it's the same. It's difficult for a man to change, but for a woman, she can change anytime, all the time. She understands better the changing. And if we accept this, we can work very easy with Reiki to change ourselves in the direction we would like. And this is our secret, our woman's secret. And this is good. I think this helps us a lot. Yes.
And I think it's so marvelously surprising that you always bring the five principles to every topic, because mainly people speak about Reiki, okay, the benefits of self-healing or treating others, etc. But you always bring the five principles to each topic. And I think that's the true essence of Reiki. So I believe that Reiki empowered you in a very beautiful way, in the true nature of the practice. So thank you so much for these wonderful sharings. And we are just on the final moments of this conversation. And I just wanted to ask you, what thoughts and wishes do you want to give to our viewers, and an empowering message to women also?
The empowering message is for everybody who would like to be more present in his or her life. And yes, the Gokai, the five principles, is the basic. It was difficult for me because, in the Orient they thought we have a monkey in our head, in our mind. I think I had 10 monkeys. So my mind was always outside. I don't know how to call them back. And it was difficult sometimes to calm down. Or if I managed to speak with one monkey, the other nine making cows in my head. So Kyodakewa, just for today. This is the final message, and this is the biggest gift Reiki can bring in our life. To be present, to be present in our life, to be present where we are, to accept that we are here, and to accept that maybe we make mistakes, but from that mistakes we can learn and have a message every mistake from my life, and to not go in that place of judge in which, oh, if I had a mistake yesterday, or I have an illusion for tomorrow, um, this not heal us, and don't don't help us to be present, to live our life. Only the present can heal us, and the only physiologically thing which remind us, and it's very important, it's remind us to be present, is how we breathe. I can't breathe for yesterday. I can't breathe for tomorrow. I breathe now and I live, or I don't breathe and I don't live. And I let the life go. So this Kyodakewan, this is just for today. Uh, and I recognize not all the times I say all the 5 principles. Sometimes I need to act very quickly to bring monkey, calm all the monkey from the mind. And I say only, okay, just for today. Tomorrow maybe we can be angry, we can worry, we can do what we want. But just for today, we all decide to be like this. And this is important to can say no your thoughts, or to can say no some of your reaction. It's not to refuse, but it's important that the two Reiki principles have this negation, because this brings us to decide from the conscious level if we want to manifest today or now anger or worry, or if we don't. So if we formulate, oh, I'm peaceful, I'm peaceful, I'm peaceful, and then the first person who comes in front of my look, it's not functioning. Because one of the monkey will say, no, 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 we are not in peace now. We have war in the world, we have war inside. No, 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 it cannot be peace. We must work. But if I decide, I accept that I have an anger, that I have a worry in my life, but just for now, or just for today, I decide from the conscious level to transform, to understand what I want to manifest, what I want to bring in the material uh, now, then I can say, I decide. We are all my monkeys. Yeah? Yes, we agree to decide just for today, not later. Tomorrow we can be, and tomorrow we'll start again. Morning, in the morning. Okay, just for today, again. And this helps us to understand that life is going on, will help us to be in our inner peace, and to be in our inner freedom. And we cannot be free outside. First, we can be free inside. If I cannot take the decision what I would like to create, to manifest, and what I would like to do now in this moment, and I cannot have the power, and I cannot empower myself to say yes or no or something, then it's not inner freedom, and will be not be outside in outside freedom. It will be not be inner peace, and will not be in outside peace. So the basic is just for today for me and for my understandings at this moment of the Reiki. So, thank you.
I think that's really the secret art to invite happiness just for today. And Nico, thank you so much. It was so good to be present here with you and with your wisdom. So being present is really the way that we can change our lives and our world. So thank you so much for your sharing, for your contribute, and for everything. May always Reiki be in your life and in the life that the ones you touch. Thank you so much, Eniko.
Thank you, João. I'm honored to be with you in this conversation. And was interesting before I think, okay, he's a man, I'm a woman, and he put this question. Let's see what's coming out. I put out all the thoughts from my mind and come in this conversation with you and say, let's see what's come out. So I'm very grateful for you because somehow you create the place, the safe place to me to feel honored and to feel okay to express myself as they are, as ideas are comes and as I feel. So I'm grateful for this space you created for me. Thank you. And Gasho, and a lot of love to the Portuguese Reiki community.
Thank you so much, Eniko. Bye bye.
Bye.